Good evening, my name's Pamela. I'm from Yorkshire in the north of England. I'm here to talk about crochet. You may have noticed that there's a collaboration going on between Caroline for the Love of Crochet, Cassandra from Craftably Ever After, Julie from KS Mom Crochets, Marcia from Mimi Makes Keepsakes and Bonnie from Strawberry Bonnie Crochet. It's called #Fall in Love and it's a crochet along. So basically it's anything autumn related. I struggle to call it fall. I shouldn't because I've heard it so many times, but yeah, anyway, they've got this fall crochet along going on where basically it's falling in love with something new. So as far as I can gather, it's like it doesn't have to be something a completely new craft, although it can be, but you can do you know, like something with a new wool or a new pattern or something like that. So I've been trying to think what I can do. My thing is that autumn is not really my favourite season. Don't get me wrong, there's no bad season, but I always see autumn as things dying off, and you know, and I find it quite sad really. But when things are going to sleep. That said, I don't mind winter, but my favourite season is spring because it's when you know, the earth's renewing and things are coming to life. But nonetheless, like I said before, I like to join in. So I've been thinking what I can do. Well, when we were on our break, we went into the hobby store. The Hobby World, I can't think what they call it now anyway. Hobbycraft. What am I on about? Hobbycraft. And I saw this yarn, which is a Serdar yarn. It's 50% merino and 50% nylon. And although I have used merino before, I used a Debbie Bliss merino and I used it to make some like covers for our footrests, but I've never actually used it for amigurumi, and that was the one that I used was mostly wool anyway. I think it had a little bit of polyamide in it, but I'd have to look it up. But this one is, like I say, it's a 50% merino. Now I got two more colours. So we've got that one, by the way, that was another thing I liked because it's like a Yorkshire yarn. It's called Haworth Tweed. That's another thing as well. I have done one. I did one of Cassandra's bears in like a tweedy yarn, but it was an acrylic tweed. This one, it's called Haworth Tweed, and the colour, if I can remember, I think it's West Riding Red. Which, like I said, West Riding is the old name for West Yorkshire, which is of course where I was born. Do you know, where did it say it? Yes, West Riding Red it is. So, and then I bought two other colours, which are these two. So of course they're still called Haworth Tweed. And this one, the dark brown, is called Bronte Bronze, which will be a reference to the Bronte sisters who lived in Haworth in West Yorkshire, and then this light brown one, which is Harewood Chestnut, and Harewood House is in Leeds in West Yorkshire. It's a really good place to visit. It's still lived in as an ancestral home, but you can go around it. It's got beautiful gardens. It does actually have connections to slavery, which unfortunately a lot of them do, but they're dealing with it, so that's all you can ask, isn't it, is that they address it. So yeah, so that's those three. So again, I'll show you again. I hope you can see the colours there. so what I was thinking was I'll do it in a pattern I haven't done before as well. So I've had this book for absolutely ages. I know I've seen loads of other people mention this book. I have had it a long time, and well, probably since it was new. But I've done one pattern by Marie-Lise Leal, I think that's how you say it, but her trade name is Lily-Lise or Leo-Lise. So I did, when we did the Chronically Crocheting, Crystal from Chronically Crocheting did a crochet along for bears. She used one pattern that was from Cassandra, Cassandra from Craftably Ever After, which was the Bear 2.0, so version 2 basically, and the Pillow Bear, which was a paid-for pattern by Lily-Lise. So I have done one, but I haven't done any from this book. So the one I like is Teddy Theodore, if you can see him there. Just try and get a better picture of him. So you can see there he's got he's wearing his dungarees, and he's got nicely shaped feet as well. Oh, there we are. So that's his feet. He's got in his ears and his feet, he's got the bits of material attached to her for embellishment. I have ordered a couple of fat quarters so that I can have a go at doing this. So and they're supposed to be on the way, so that'll be good if they arrive, and they'll match these colours as well, so that's another thing. So that will be another new skill if I get to sew those on. So fingers crossed I'll be able to do it. I think the pattern's not a problem. I've looked through the pattern, I feel quite happy with it. My bit will be sewing on the material, and also I haven't really done anything with proper clothing before. I did do a sooty sew and sweep, and Sue had a dress on, but that didn't work out particularly well. But this will be my first proper go at it, I think. So that's my new thing. I hope it's new enough to go into the #FallInLove challenge. So that's that. Oh, and I was going to do, I'll just explain, because I've never made a brown bear before, so I want to do a grizzly. So I'm going to do the actual fur in the brown, the dungarees in the red, and the muzzle and whatever other little bits of I need in the light brown. So he'll look probably totally different to what anything I've done before, I think. So fingers crossed. So taking part in that. By the way, mentioning Crystal from Chronically Crochet, and she's been very unwell. She is obviously not well at the best of times. She's an amazing person. She you know, stays positive throughout, despite all her illnesses, and she's had a really bad run of it for one reason and another. So if we can all sort of give her good wishes, that'd be great. I'm going to have a minor rant now. It's just a little one. Yeah, obviously doing the corset, and I've got nearly all the parts done now, so it will be sewn up soon. It's still the body like this, but he's got his this is one of his legs. Now this is what I don't like. You get like on a pattern, there's all these beautiful instructions, and it's really in depth and fantastic, and this is the first time I'm going to have a little moan about something in the Zumigurumi book. But you get to the end and it says, like, you know, you go down to, I think it's 12 stitches on the leg, and it just says to fasten off. No more instructions. Normally at that stage it'll probably tell you where you fasten it onto the body, and if it doesn't, it tells you later. Like this one, you've got the assembly instructions at the end. What you've got here is you've got where you have to sew the arms between 28 and row 28 and 29. You sew the muzzle between rows 17 and 27 of the head. The legs instruction, you get sew the legs to the body. Where you're supposed to sew. I don't know about you, but I find that really irritating. And when you look at this picture of him, I mean, obviously they've got open ends, which normally I like to sew them down, but if I can put them on like that, I will do, to give it some shape. But that looks like it, to me, it looks like it's sewn at an angle, but there's no indication of where you're putting it. Obviously I can eyeball it. I'm no longer new to amigurumi, I can have a good go at it, but I think that's really bad for people who are fairly new to amigurumi. And this pattern, it is actually down as an easy pattern, so I don't know how you'll feel about that. Anyway, that's my minor rant over. So I'm going to go now. I'm sweating because it's so warm in here. I've had to shut the door because I didn't want the outside noise to come in. So I'm going to get off now. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you.